Ja, ja, ik hoor u.
Are
Hoort
you
u mij?
hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. You hear me?
You hearing me?
Yes.
But I
You
don't seem to get you.
all right. Me now? Can you hear me now? No.
Yeah, I hear sound now.
You hear sound now?
Yes, now I get you. I get you. Good
Okay.
evening, Brother Lafayette. Good evening, Deacon
Yes.
Lafayette. Sorry for that.
Yes.
Sorry. I'm happy
Good
to have you
evening.
here. I'm happy to have
I'm
you.
Thank you. I'm honored to be on your stream, on your live stream.
Oh, it's my
Yeah.
pleasure. Thank you very much. This is a
Yes, yes.
platform. It's a platform where I actually talk about diabetes. So I help to educate people on how to manage their diabetes. As
Yes.
a registered nurse and a certified diabetes educator here, I thought it wise to create this platform so that I can educate people, especially our African people,
Yes.
because most of our African people, we don't like take diabetes that serious. So this
Mm-hmm.
platform, because that is what I do. Basically, I see people with diabetes every day. I see people struggle with diabetes every day. I see their
Yes.
challenges. So I thought it will be good if I can do something like this so that even people, even if I can give the information out there, but at times I can invite people like you who are already living with diabetes. When you share your experience to people, it's different than working with them and just explaining something that you don't actually know how it feels. But when you
Yes.
hear from a person that is living with that particular illness, then I believe people will take it very serious. So that is why I created this platform, and I'm so happy to have you here. So I will just introduce myself to you and introduce my channel, and then I will allow you also to introduce yourself to the public if you
Yes.
don't mind.
Okay.
Yes, you know me already. I am Mirabelle. My channel's name is Diabetes Mindful Talk. It's a channel where we talk everything about diabetes management. And so today you are here so that you can talk about your experience also on diabetes. But I will not talk any much. I will just allow you so that you introduce yourself and then we will drive from there. So
Yes.
thank you.
All right. I am Lafayette. So I live in Antwerp, Belgium. I'm married. We don't not yet children, but we hope that we trust God for that. And I'm diabetic since 2021, I believe it is.
Mhm.
But only now in the last months I only realize how serious it is. So then this opportunity to talk with you is a learning that is very necessary, especially for the future, because it's more serious than we think, than I even thought in the beginning. So
Okay, that's very
yes,
good. Mhm.
yes,
Okay. So thank you very much. If I can understand you about Deacon Lafayette, because you are a deacon in the church, so I would like to address you as Deacon Lafayette, if you don't
okay,
mind. Yes,
yes,
so I will address you as a deacon because you are a servant of God also. I want to know, you said you were being diagnosed since 2021 with diabetes, but
yes.
it's just of recent that you noticed that it was more serious than you even thought. What happened between 2021 until now that you just discovered how serious diabetes was?
Well, it's in the beginning I was more like denying it. It was I addressed it as a sugar problem, not as diabetic. So, but
Okay.
in the months after and the few years, it's yeah. When I heard more, even when your channels just started, and when I listened to a few of your videos, then it ring the bell to say, "Van, okay, this is serious. This is not something to play with. And also when I then discovered that there were other people and they had diabetes. I have type 2, so but I learned that somebody also has type 1, has to take insulin and everything, so that's quite very serious. So then I'm happy, or I thank God that I'm not there. So and I don't want to be there. So I, from the
Amen.
moment they diagnosed it, I always said that I want to fight it against it, and I want to overcome it, even though that's not very easy.
Yes.
So and now, yeah, the last few months I have to take it seriously, also for my health and for my future.
Okay.
So from there,
Yes, because like you said, diabetes is not only about sugar. And
hmm
when you are with diabetes, it's not something that it is only focused on a particular part on your body. No.
yes,
Diabetes is an illness that can affect the entire of your body if it is not really seriously managed. So
yes.
that will lead me to this question. How are you managing your diabetes now?
Well, O- okay now, because the last checkup with the doctor or with the nurse was good. I started from 9 point something, and then it was always around 6 or six
Mm-hmm.
point three, 6.5. So and now the latest one was a few weeks ago, that was 5.9. So
Mm-hmm.
then I always took metformina 850. I took it
Mm-hmm.
3 times a day. So now they advise me to take it twice a day, and then
Mm-hmm.
the only thing that I have to do is lose more weight,
Mm-hmm.
here in kilos, at least another 10 kilos.
Mm-hmm.
So and yeah, it all came when I was also watching my food intake, because that was also something where I struggle with, because it's easy now, you can get all different kind of food that is not healthy, but it's easy to get. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I started now to watch what I eat also at home, especially at home, and make preparations and trying to balance everything, because
Oh,
I understood that that's very important also for my job, because if I don't control it, then it can be dangerous for my job and for the
of
work that
course.
I'm doing.
Of course. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Deacon Lafayette. Before we continue, I would like to greet some people who are on the show because I see they ask questions. Facing Big Girl Scan, Mercy, Ivan Lee, sisters, I greet you all. Thanks for joining the show. And I have a question from Mercy. She says, sorry, I'm late. Does he have type 2? Yes, he has
Yes.
type 2 diabetes. Mercy. So you are all welcome. Please, as you join, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and if possible, share the video because it is a life testimony and our deacon here will be sharing with us his life experience. And like they say, experience is the best teacher. So from his experiences, we can all learn how to manage diabetes more
Yes.
efficiently. So thank you very much. Yes, a Deacon Lafayette, I see that you are a deacon in church. So how do you combine your illness when it concerns spirituality? How do you relate it to Christianity, or I will put it like that? How do you go along with it?
Well, it's we all have to learn lessons, or through lessons we can develop ourselves and we can grow. So this is a lesson for me, because I used to be a gym fanatic, and somewhere down the line I lost that passion. So I'm trying to find that, but at the same time, spiritually, try to understand why is this happening, and it's because spiritually, yeah, I go to church and everything, that I can understand and I can balance it, because otherwise I would be mad and everything. But at the same time, I know everything happens for a reason.
A reason, that's true.
So, and this one is also to overcome and to get also, maybe I hope that in this during this interview or after this interview, people will be encouraged to also watch what they're doing also with their health, concerning their health, that
Yeah.
they take it seriously and also listen to their body and the signs, because there are always signs, and we just have to be aware of it. And if we're not aware of it, then it can go suddenly, it can come like what happened to me. So, but
Okay.
uh, spiritually, yes, it helps me to have more faith. So, because without faith, it's impossible to move forward.
Amen.
So,
Yeah, that's true. Yes, you have to join your faith. Like even the word of God, it says, even if the builder builds the house, but if God is not there, then the builder will build in vain. So no matter the medication, even if you are taking your medications, but you still have to have that faith that with these
yes,
medications you will be healed. Otherwise, you can still take the medication and nothing will change in your life. That is
yes,
very important to have that faith. That is
yes,
very good. And thank God you have that faith. You said something in your discussion while talking. You said we should listen to our bodies because there are always some signs to show that
yes,
there is
yes,
something wrong. In your case, what were those signs that showed you or that made you to go in for control to check up to see if what is happening with you is actually normal or not normal?
yes. I remember, or if I go back then, yeah, the weight, that was already a problem. Overweight. I used to be always, my weight or my training weight was always between 85 kilos and 92. Um, but yeah, I was over the 100 kilos and I was going up to 116 kilos. I had a bit stress and then I went into the hospital. Even the doctor said you have to be aware because you're close to becoming a diabetic. So, but I didn't look or didn't really look further and I just continue my eating habits and everything. Then when I had to take blood, then also the doctor said you have to be aware because you're close to becoming pre-diabetic. But still, I didn't
Take it
manage
serious.
take it seriously until one time. Then I had to pee a lot, and I could not hold it. Even when I was to the gas station, I was filling up my tank or the car. Then I had to pee, and it was difficult to hold it in. I even one time there was that I even pee in my pants, and I thought, okay, what's this? So, but it still went on for a few weeks before I started to get thirsty as well. And even if I drank, it didn't help me. And I was used to drink also a lot of cola zero, sometimes a bottle a day. So that's way too much sugar and
Yeah.
candy. So and then until yeah, sometimes when I had to pee, it came suddenly, and I could not even make it up to my home or to the toilet. So those are already very uh, obvious
Serious
signs.
signs. Mhm.
So and then when I called the doctor to explain the situation, he said, "Yeah, I think you're getting or you're having diabetic." And I was still denying it. And afterwards, I was still even mad at the doctor why they didn't follow me up. But it's all the signs were there, and I didn't follow up myself. So you can blame others, but it's all yeah your own fault because you get the signs, and if you don't take it seriously, then you have to take the consequences. So
Okay, yes. So thank you very much, Deacon Lafayette, for that explanation. I think it's very clear. Just like you said there are always signs, and that is
yes,
what I have been preaching on this channel because you made two really big and very interesting signs. You said you had to like urinate more often than
yes,
usual, and also
yes.
you had problems with test, so you have to drink more than normal. When you talk
Yes,
of drinking more than normal, like how many liters of water do you drink per day?
it was water, it was everything, but it's still the thirst was there. It kept on going, even if I just drink a bottle of water or a bottle of soda. The thirst was still there, and at the same time, I had to pee. 15 minutes later, I had to pee several times, so the
Mm-hmm.
thirst it stayed,
You
and
don't go away. Mm-hmm.
no. So and yeah, you get also a little bit more annoyed, frustrated, and depending on what you eat, also if there is too much sugar, you get tired quickly. and yeah, even sleepy. So those are
Yeah,
all the signs, and
those
yeah,
are the signs for sure.
yes,
Those are the
yes,
signs for sure. You know, there is something you talk about denial because even when you went to the doctor the very
yes,
first time, the doctor tried to talk to you about diabetes, but you kept denying. You didn't want to see yourself to have that illness. And I
no,
believe that is one of the greatest problems that is killing
hmm,
more people now
yeah,
nowadays. Why? Because we come to hear about diabetes complications. And when we talk about diabetes complications, people don't just develop diabetes complication from 1 day or 2 days. No,
yes,
they develop diabetes complications because the things have been living in them. They have been living with the problems for a very long time because you said you were in denial.
hmm,
Imagine yourself denying up to date. Maybe you will have been in a very more serious condition. So, what will you like to advise the people about this scenario of denying it? Because people don't just want to believe it that diabetes, I have diabetes, or diabetes is this serious. So, what can you tell people
yes.
about this?
Well, there are few things. Once, if you visit the doctor regularly, you let your blood checked. That's one of the more than one time a year, because by me sometimes it was only one time in a year. But I think if you do it at least twice or three times, then they can always see your cholesterol and everything. And if you have a talk, that's always helpful. And yeah, also, what else you can, there's so much you can do. Watch also your food intake,
That's
regulate your
it.
food, vegetables. Also, the portions are very important. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, as and not too much sugar, or avoid as much sugar as you can, and learn to live without the sugar, because that's one of the main reasons why all we are or obese or overweight. Or the fast food, it's good, it tastes good, but it's not healthy for your
It's
body.
not good for the body. That's right.
So, and in this period of time, we it's easy, we can order, we can go to night shops, especially in Antwerp or in Belgium. You can go to until 2 o'clock or 2 midnight, you can still go to the night shop and get some candy or whatever, things that are not healthy. You
That's
can
right.
eat, they can even deliver it to your home, so it's too easy.
It's
So
very
we
easy. Yeah, that's
you
true.
it's important that you have the discipline, and that you learn to have the discipline, because that's also something you have to learn, to be disciplined and not to be uh yeah, be drawn to those unhealthy things.
Thank you very much. Let me read this message. She says, yeah, I don't know if you can you see the comments there
Yes,
also?
yes,
Okay,
yes,
because she says, yeah, self-education is very important with diabetes. That's why I love this channel. I have a lot of diabetes too, diabetes patients too, which means that Marcy is a health carer, so she has diabetes patients too, and she's agreeing or affirming to your fact that self-education is very important. And that is
yes,
very true, Marcy. We have
hmm,
to educate ourselves. We have to read books. Nowadays, we even live in a time where everything is online. Any information you want to know, even though you have to be selective with the kind of information that you pick online, but it is very easy nowadays to get any kind of information that you really want for a particular sickness. Okay, Deacon Lafayette, I have a question to you. I don't know if you don't mind. Can you just tell us about your daily routine? How do you go about managing your diabetes and combining it with your daily life? Because you said you are working also. So
yes,
how do you combine it? Because if I can understand, you take medications and also
yes.
you go out, you do these physical activities. How does it not affect you, or how do you do it? How do you combine your daily routine with your
Yeah,
diabetes?
I have well, in the morning now I have to take only two, so that makes it a little bit easier. Then I take one in the morning and one in the after or in the evening when I
Mm-hmm,
eat. But I'm also a person that doesn't like to eat in the morning, so I have to
mm-hmm,
force myself to take something and then at least take the medication. And
mm-hmm,
during the day, it's also I have to see that I don't take things that are sugary because my job is to drive. I'm a personal driver, and
Mm-hmm.
I have a small business so that I want to grow. So then
Mm-hmm.
I need to be aware, I need to be alert all the time. So, and I
Mm-hmm.
noticed if I take too much sugar or unhealthy stuff, then I get tired. That's also not a good thing. And then I
Mm-hmm.
feel very sleepy. So that's very dangerous. So you have to avoid that, or I have to avoid that. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I also do deliveries, and then you have to do physical work.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always you have to watch what you eat, what you drink, and you have to be fresh. So that's what I learned, especially in the last few months, that you have to schedule, you have to organize, you have to make preparations for your food. You have to
Mm-hmm.
make it in the morning or even in the evening, so that you don't get tempted to go to
To eat junk taste, to
whatever.
eat
Yes,
junk.
for
Yes.
the quick, handy, on taste of unhealthy things. So that
Mm-hmm.
it's I take now together with my wife we follow a special a program that is more healthy, and now we just take our sandwiches. We make them in the evening, and then we just prepare. Uh, yeah, that we eat every 2 hours, every 3 hours we can snacks in between, so that you don't get that hungry feeling or that
Feeling.
sugar craving. So that's how
Mm-hmm.
we try to manage, and that's also how I got lower under the six. So yeah, that's working for me then, at least, or
Okay,
working
no,
for
that's
us.
very nice.
Yes,
I can see
yes,
you have it under control. Talking
yes.
about freshness, you really look fresh. You are looking
Thank you,
fresh.
thank you,
Yes, you are
thank you,
really
thank
looking
you,
fresh. I
thank you.
have a question here from Mercy. She said, "What medication do you take? Is it metformin?" So, can you
Yes.
answer the question?
Yes, hello, Masi. It's metformin 850. I started with three a day. I also had the other one, the small ones, but I had to stop with that one. So three times a day I take metformin 850. So, and
Mm,
now because my results were good, I have to take it twice in the morning and in the evening.
okay. Yes, so thank you very much. Yes, like he is saying, because most often I say also that some people, one time I got a question that if you are taking diabetes medication, must you always take this diabetes medication, or do you have to live with this diabetes medication all through your life? And thank you that you have answered is like a part of the question that you have just
Yeah.
answered. Because
Hmm.
in some of my shows, I have explained that when you are being placed under diabetes medication, be it insulin or be it oral medication, it is because at that particular moment, you need to take those medications. Why? Because your blood sugar levels are very high. So you need something
Hmm.
to take that will bring down your blood sugar levels back to normal or to
Hmm.
stabilize them. Like for you, in your case, you started with metformin 850 3 times a
Yes.
day. But because your blood sugar levels are like going on the right path now, you have been placed under metformin 2 times per day,
Hmm.
850, which means that if you continuously do what you are doing now and everything goes well, you might even come down to zero. And who knows, in the future,
Mm.
you can stay without medication and just have to
Yes.
control only with your diet. So
Yes.
it doesn't
Amen.
mean that when you are being placed with medications or be oral or insulin, you have to live with those medications for the rest of your life. No. When it comes to people with diabetes type 1, because these people, they don't have pancreas that is producing insulin with them. That is problem. Why? Because these people, they have to live with those medications for the rest of their day, of their lives. But when it
Mhm.
comes to diabetes type 2, most often it is just about lifestyle changes. So if you can adequately manage your lifestyle, and when we talk about lifestyle, we talk about how you are eating, if you're exercising, if you're eating a balanced diet, if you can put all those things under control, and then your blood sugar levels can also be back under control, and definitely they will reduce your medications. So,
Mm,
Deacon Lafayette, I can say you are already on a good track with your diabetes
mhm.
and your blood results, because from where I'm seeing, you are coming from 9% and you are already at 5.9%, which is
Yes.
something that even healthy people are having. So you are
Mhm.
actually doing well. So just keep it
Yes.
up. Now, talking about your diabetes management, as somebody who is living in Belgium, I know Belgium has a diabetes system. Belgium has a diabetes system where if you are a diabetic, you have to be under that system so that you can receive treatment. I don't know if
Mhm.
you know about that. Are you under any triad, like a Zor triad or a World triad? Anything? Are you there?
Um, through the doctor, I have it's several doctors under one, and so they have a whole how you say that, they have different doctors by each other with nurses and all those a group practice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So and I every 3 months I get a message that I have to go for control. So
Mm-hmm.
then that's how they do it. But for the rest, because my results are on the good side, I
Mm-hmm.
don't for because I wanted to have a sensor for my blood sugar, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I don't qualify for that because my
Oh, okay.
results are a little bit too good. So
Mm-hmm.
and also for the other trajects, because the results is under 7, then
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to follow those, or I cannot even follow them because
Okay.
I'm under the 7. So, but they give also education like you do, and I know
Mm-hmm.
that's very interesting because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the more knowledge you have, the more you are able to take care or understand things better, and the more you can handle certain things, because we think we know everything, but there is still a lot of
So much.
diabetes, yeah, that we do not know or not realize what is simple things, but if you don't know them, then you cannot apply them
Manage
to your
them.
life. Yes. So
That's true. I
mm,
don't know if you can read. Mercy asks a question. If you can see
yes.
it.
Uh, no. Yes. Wait. Do you still do a sugar test daily, weekly, or not at all? I never really did a sugar test. I wanted to have that sensor on my arm to watch my sugar, but yeah, it was not approved by the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's every if I go to the shop, if I see things, we all want some chips or whatever, and but I see what on behind on the etiquette, what it says. If it's above 5 for the sugar, then I just leave it, and if it's a little bit lower, then I take it. But I know that I cannot eat everything because otherwise I will feel sleepy. I will feel tired. So that's my check, my daily check. If I feel tired, then I look at what I've eaten, and then I have to erase that out of my daily habits. It's difficult, but it's practice makes perfect, or helps. So that's. I hope that will answer your question.
Mercy, hope
Yeah.
your question has been answered. You talk about having the sensor. You can also buy the normal manual one and to put it
Yes.
yourself to
Yes.
control. Or you
Yes.
don't like it, or you are scared of needles, or why you
Uh,
don't. Yes, because it's good. They say maintenance is weight. Actually,
yes.
weight.
Yes.
You
That's very true. That is very true.
yeah.
But
So
at the same time, I want because at the moment I, I don't. It's still accepting it. So if I take that, if I have to take it and always take the needle in my finger, then it's getting too serious. So even though I know it's always good, but maybe I should do that,
yeah,
especially when I feel the tiredness to check it up, because I
that's it.
know that's what they do in the hospital before an operation. When they know you're diabetic, then they also check your blood to make sure how high or how low your blood sugar is. So I'm just learning about the importance of that. So that's why I wanted to censor, but I didn't wanna take it the easy way. So
Yes.
yes.
I think
So but
Marcy has a question also. She said, okay, a little advice. It's always good to have a normal manual machine. So
yes, yes,
she is just trying to advise that it's good.
yes.
Because you talk sometimes, even the signs, you can have
Mhm,
a sign like you feel tired or you feel dizzy, but sometimes it might not only be on your sugar levels, and you just
mhm,
thinking, oh, it's because maybe I have diabetes, so I will not go and measure it. And then at times you may be deceiving yourself because it might not be from your sugar, it might be from something else. But then if
yes.
you have all these signs and then you go ahead, you measure your blood sugar levels, and if you realize that actually it is not from my sugar, it means
Mhm,
there is another problem with you, and then
mhm,
you can further go in for checkup. So it is
yes.
really advisable, I think personally, also as someone who knows that you are already living with diabetes, it is very important for you to have this meter at home. It is very important. You can go to the pharmacist because normally people that are in the triad, like you said, you cannot be in the triad. The only triad that you can be there, you can be in the four triad. Before it was a four triad, and then they changed the
Mhm,
name to start triad. Why? Because they want to engage Belgium, they want to engage more people to come into the diabetes system because they
mhm,
realize that with the Vault triad, before people enter into the Zork triad, then the diabetes has gone too far. So they changed the name now to Start Triad, where they engage people very early. And then to have that sensor in particular, you have to be in the Zork triad before you have that sensor. And to be in the Zork triad, just like you said, you are not qualified because you are not taking insulin. It is
mhm,
only for people to be in the Zork triad is for people that are taking insulin. You have to take at least one insulin per day.
mhm,
Before these sensors, they were not subsidized, which means that if you want to buy it as a diabetic who has diabetes type 2, you have to use your money and you will not get anything like Terupatali. But
mhm,
now, as a diabetes type 2, if you are under the Zork triad, you can have the sensor and then you can create Terupatali from it. So now the system has changed a little. But Zoe, so you are not in it because you are not in the Zork triad. But
mhm,
it's just an information so that in the future, if it always happens like that, know that you have a right to have it because you have diabetes type 2, and then you will be subsidized also, which means you will pay a little and then your insurance will pay a little for you to have the sensor. I know it
mhm,
is very easy, but for the meantime, I will also advise you to buy a meter at home, even if it is to measure your blood sugar levels just once a day. It is very important for your health also.
yeah, yes.
So, talking about, I don't know if you have any question or anything.
No, not yet. I'm just. I know that I will have the knowledge or more knowledge when we end this interview. So I can only thank you for it because I know it will give me more insight.
Of
Just
course.
like with the device that, like Masi said, it hurts a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's worth it. And especially also when fasting is more difficult, so then I can more control it because I know during fast, uh, yeah, I don't know the effects that I feel if it's good or not. So that's also something that I will, yeah, take with me.
Okay, that's very nice. Thank you for your understanding. Let me take some messages. Master,
Yes.
exactly. The sensor is very expensive. You always have to buy the sensors. Manual is more effective and cheaper, just like
Mm,
she said. And then Big Girls Gang said, I have diabetes since 2006. I don't take drugs nor insulin. I eat rice, fufu, and bread once a month. Where is it? Where is the post again? Oh, she deleted it. Yeah, so that she deleted the post. I was just struggling to read. Okay, talking about diabetes management, what are the challenges that you're facing? Because sometimes we think that because you are in Europe, maybe it is very easy for you to manage your diabetes effectively without any challenges? Are there some challenges that you are actually facing in managing your diabetes? What are the challenges? What are the difficulties that you are encountering in managing your diabetes?
Well, yeah, it's like, especially when you, wherever you are, they tempt you with
The nice
good
things, the
things.
nice and
Yes, with the
healthy
nice
things.
things, with the nice things.
Yes.
So even if you go to the shop, the cheapest things are the ones with the most sugar, and
Mm-hmm.
the more expensive things are the ones that are healthy. So it's always a struggle, but
Mm-hmm.
it's, yeah, like I said in the beginning, it's about discipline and creating your own discipline.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something where I still struggle with, because also I know exercise is very important, or is
Very,
also
very
very
important.
beneficial, even if you
Mm-hmm.
just walk after dinner or just have a walk for 10 or 15 minutes. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that's even difficult. And it,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the organization is one of the most difficult things, I think, because, yeah, if you don't organize, then you are just a victim, or an easy target. Let me put it that
That's
way.
true.
Not a victim.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
an
you can
easy
take
target.
anything
Yes,
that comes your
yes,
way.
yes, yes,
That's
yes.
true.
So yes, Dickens.
Big Girls Gang said, I eat bread fufu once a month. So for her, she don't eat bread or fufu, she just eat them once a month. And that is the same person who said she don't take drugs and she don't take insulin, but she is actually a diabetic. So those are some of the things that you can also try to emulate also by maybe not eating all the starchy foods regularly. Maybe once in a month, you can have your favorite dish that you know you really like to eat it, even though it has too much carbohydrate. But avoid eating carbohydrate that much when it comes to diabetes management. Talking also about weight and exercise, you said also that your main challenge now is like for you to lose some weight because you have also been advised to lose maybe 10 kilos like that.
Yes.
Yes, and I think when it comes to diabetes, especially diabetes type 2, losing weight is very important. Why? Because most often we have problems around our waist side,
Hmm.
especially if it's so fatty. If you're fat
Yes.
mostly around the waist, that is where the problem is. Why? Because there is too much fat around that area, and that is where the insulin works. You still produce insulin, but your own problem is that you produce insulin, but just that your pancreas produces just a little bit of insulin. Either your pancreas is just producing a little of this insulin, or is producing insulin, but your insulin is not working well because of it is being resisted by this fat. So when you do exercise and then you turn now to lose weight, it is very important because exercise it will help to improve this insulin sensitivity, because the insulin sensitivity or the insulin resistance is because your body is producing insulin, but because you have this fat around your belly area, it is being blocked by this fat, so your insulin cannot go into your cells and remove the sugar that is there. But when you lose weight, it will improve this insulin sensitivity, which means that your insulin will tend to work more effectively, which is very important for you, just like your doctor has said, for you to lose weight. And there are very, very easy things for you to do to lose weight. Talking about losing weight, some easy things you don't normally need to go and register yourself in the gym. No, if you don't have a gym, it is very okay. Even at home, you can do your exercises at home. Now it's getting even more warmer, so you can even go outside walking. Just normal walking is very effective for you to lose weight. And we say that for you to lose this weight, also, it is good for you to exercise at least 150 minutes per week. But you know that this 150 minutes per week, you can make it more easy. How can you make it more easy? You can make it more easy because you don't need to do all this 150 minutes on one day. No. Remember that the 150 minutes is per week, which means that you can also split it into 5 days per week. Take, for instance, from Monday to Fridays, you go out, you do your exercise just for 30 minutes. So when you take 30 minutes, times 5 days, that is already 150 minutes. And you see, you have not even done much. You just did 30 minutes exercise per day. So maybe you can start from there. Each day you do an exercise of 30 minutes, even if it's just for you to go out and walk, go and walk, but just do a walk for 30 minutes. If you're somebody that like to ride bicycle, you go out, you ride your bicycle just 30 minutes for that day. That is very enough. You might think that it is small, but I tell you, if you do it continuously for a month, you yourself, you will notice the difference. You will see how better you will feel, and you will see how effective or how stable your blood sugar levels can even come. So I will encourage you also to take your exercise very important, because when we manage diabetes, to manage diabetes, it is not only about your medication. No, it's not only about medication. You have four very important pillars when it comes to managing diabetes. And what are these pillars? You have the pillar of your diet. Your diet is very important. You have to know what you are eating, when you are eating, because the when also is very important. Sometimes we eat healthy food, but then we eat it at the wrong moment. So you have to know when you are eating this food. And then the second pillar is what? Self-education, like Mercy said, and I believe you said that also. If you have a better knowledge about what diabetes is all about, you are going to be in a better position to manage your diabetes even more better. Why? Because you know that, okay, I am having this problem now. So if I do this thing or I do these things, I can normally take this problem away from me. And then you have the third pillar, which is what? Medication, which you are already taking. You have to take your medications just like the doctor has prescribed. Make sure to take it how it has been prescribed to you. And then you have the fourth pillar, which is exercise. Exercise is the fourth pillar. You have to exercise minimum 150 minutes per week. I have split it into 5 times per week for you to do it more effectively. These are the four pillars. I made a video in which I said for you to effectively manage your diabetes, where it means that you have to put all these four pillars into work. It is just like a puzzle. When we want to build a puzzle, you see that a puzzle, all of them, they have small, small pieces, and you have to bring all these pieces together before you can form a complete picture. That is the same thing when it comes to diabetes management. All these four pillars, you have to add them into your daily routine, which means that as you are taking your medication, you have to take care of your diet. You have to know what is diabetes and how what you can do in certain circumstances, and then you have to add the exercise also, which means that you don't have to do three and abandon one. No, for you to manage your diabetes very effectively, you make sure to add all these four pillars. Take examples again for our puzzle. If you build a puzzle and then you remove one piece, if you have 99, 100 pieces of this puzzle, and then you just put 99 of them and one is missing, your puzzle is not complete, right?
Yes.
Yes, your puzzle is not complete. That is the same thing with diabetes management. When it comes to diabetes management, all these four pillars are very important. You have to make sure to add all of them to give you effective results. Otherwise, you are just struggling with three and leaving one. Maybe this one that you are leaving, that is what is going to bring a turn around into your life, but then you are missing it. So try to add all these four pillars into your diabetes management, and you will see how effective it will be. Even if there are little things that you are doing. For instance, if you were eating maybe bami, rice every day, you know that rice, it has too much starch. Look for something else and replace it with this rice or bami that you love so much, and replace it. Or even if you really want to eat this rice or you really want to eat this bami, maybe you put just a little portion of this rice or this bami, and then you make sure to eat more vegetables with it. That is just or those are just little changes also that you can make in your diet, but they are very effective and they will yield you positive results. I tell you. I have something from Signature. He said, limit medication, body needs movement and moderate in anything. Thank you very much, Signature 5848. That is just it. We have to, for sure, you have to do everything and make sure to just incorporate all the five things like I have said. Just try to incorporate them. So yes, that is it. I don't know up to now if you have any question about all what I have said to you, because sometimes also some people they take medications and maybe they just take medication because the doctor say okay you go you take this particular medication, but people they don't know what is actually the purpose of that particular medication that they are taking.
mm.
I don't know if you know the medication that you are taking and you know for what is the purpose of that particular medication. If not, we are here and then we can talk it again together.
I only know a part partially, so I leave it up to the experts to explain it better because I know it's important to know to have the knowledge of how it works. And
Mm-hmm,
it's like I said in the beginning, I didn't take it too seriously because I tried it to avoid it or yeah, not really knowing how severe it was or the
mm-hmm,
condition. So
mm-hmm,
I know it's put or it's with salt or that it holds up certain things or but I leave it. Yeah, my knowledge about metformina is I read it, but I put it all the way in the back because I
behind.
wanted to deny it because it also gives a certain feeling of um, yeah, it makes me feel unstable. The fact
Mm-hmm,
that the condition and it's all about yeah, you feel insecure and everything, and yeah, you have to if from the moment you can accept it, you can also work on it to make it less or to make yourself better. And I know it's like the points you gave, like the diet, the self-education, medication, and the exercise. If you take that, you will also grow in your confidence, and that will only benefit you in your daily life and in yeah in your progress with handling diabetes. In if you're type 1 or type 2, I think in every way or every type, it will benefit you because
of
it,
course.
it's important that self confidence, that, yeah, especially in this type of life we have.
A
So,
fast life, an
yes,
easy
yes,
life, fast
yes,
and easy
yes,
life.
yes.
Okay.
And it's like you also asked me in the beginning, how do I combine it with my spiritual life? Through the faith, uh, we have people like you mm, that devote their education to help others, and that's more than necessary because we really sometimes we don't even realize that we need it. So I thank you, Deaconess Mirabel, for the time you put in to help us and to educate us and to even ask me to yeah or to interview or to come on your channel because I already feel encouraged now. So
My
thank
pleasure.
you. Yes,
My pleasure. That's the purpose of it. So bring people,
yes,
you talk, you share your experience. People learn
hmm
from it. You learn from it also. So it's a two-way thing. And I
yes.
thank you very much also for accepting to be on the show today. Thank you. Let me try to greet some people and then I continue. I see your signature 5848. Thanks for joining. My sister Shana says, I see you, sis. Thanks for joining. You're all welcome. And Master says, the good thing with diabetes is that it can easily be managed. I know people living extremely well with diabetes just have the knowledge and how to go about it. Thank you very much, Mercy. That is it. When you get the knowledge, and that is why we say self-education is very
Mm.
important, because if you don't have the knowledge, then it will be difficult. But when you get the knowledge, and then you can definitely know how to manage it. Thank you very much. Mercy is asking a question. Mercy said, do you have it in the family? Is it genetics or it came with age?
Um, well, if it came with age, so that means that I'm older, that I look old.
No, you
No,
look very
no,
young.
it's
I was just going to ask you, how old were you when you had diabetes?
when I had diabetes, oh, that was 3 years ago. Then it was 45. I remember it was May, so that
Yeah.
was a month before my birthday. So,
Mm.
um, but it's not really in the family because my family, yeah, they're not. Or from my mother's side, it's definitely not. And from my father's side, we like to eat, or we like good food, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't. Not that I know, or not that I have the knowledge that any of my family have diabetes. And for me, I know I had it because of unhealthy food intake, and
Lifestyle.
yes, especially the lifestyle or a bad lifestyle because I was working late shifts or double shifts, self-employed, so very unorganized. So, and that's something I'm changing, or I'm doing my best to change it to be more organized. So, and at the same time, in my way, yeah, I'm overweight. So I went from fitness to a big guy. So, and it's like you said, Deaconess Mirabel, especially around the waist. And that was my problem due to stress, and stress also leads to unhealthy food and to comfort food. So those are for me the main reasons why I have the diabetes.
Okay. So actually, your diabetes for you, it is just about lifestyle. It's not because it's in your family, so it has nothing
Mm,
to do with genetics. For you, was
mm,
particularly about your lifestyle. So,
yes.
Mercy, I hope your question has been answered. Okay, talking about the metformin, I would like to answer the question. Shana, no problem, my pleasure. Okay, you said it is well. Mercy said it is well. Yeah.
Amen.
So talking about the metformin, I would like to highlight you about the metformin. You know, when it comes to diabetes management, metformin is like one of the most popular diabetes medication. Actually, it is that is a medication that is often being used as a first medication for anyone who has diabetes because of its effectiveness, and it has its own purpose, it has its own use. So every diabetes medication, even if you have diabetes medications like five different kinds of medication or oral medication, know that each of these medication, they have their own functions. And now you are taking metformin. Know that metformin is just for a particular function. And the function of metformin is that metformin, it will help to stimulate your pancreas. Remember, it is your pancreas. Your pancreas is an organ that you have in you beside your stomach. So it is this pancreas that is producing the insulin in the beta cells. So what metformin does is that metformin helps to stimulate this pancreas so that the pancreas can make more insulin, and then it can help to take your sugars away from your blood cell. Another thing that metformin do is that you know your body, like the liver, it is your storage. When you eat your carbohydrate or you eat anything that has too much sugar, because of course our body will need this energy for us to function properly, because that is our body's main function, energy source. So because you eat too much carbohydrate or you eat too much sugar, when it comes inside, the reserve is being stored in your liver. It is being stored in your liver so that in times of emergency, in times when you are not eating, your liver can then release back this sugar into your blood so that you can use it again as your energy. So what metformin does is that metformin will go ahead and block this process, which means that metformin will stop your liver from releasing sugar into your bloodstream, which means that your blood sugar levels, they will not increase also. People think that when you take metformin is going to make your blood sugar levels to come down. No, metformin don't work like that. It doesn't have any effect on your blood sugar level, which means that when you take metformin, you cannot have what we call hypoglycemia or low blood sugar levels. You have other medications that when you take, they can easily make you to have this low blood sugar levels. But when you take a medications like metformin, because metformin has no direct influence on your blood sugar levels, it is very difficult for you to have what is known as hypoglycemia. So basically, those are the main functions of metformin. So you are not taking metformin because your blood sugar levels is 500. Okay, if you just take metformin and you swallow it, your blood sugar levels will go down to 200. No, that is not the function of metformin. You have other medications, for instance, like the unidiamicrome. I don't know if you've been with this one.
I had it in the beginning, in the first
Voila.
few months. Yes.
Voila. So medicines like unidiamicrone, that is a medication that will easily cause you to have low blood sugar level, which means that unidiamicrone have direct influence on your blood sugar levels. But metformin doesn't work like that. Metformin is only there to stimulate your pancreas so that your pancreas can make more insulin. It is there also so that it can help to improve your insulin sensitivity. Remember, I told us about insulin resistance. So what
Mm.
metformin will do, it will help to improve this condition also so that your insulin can work effectively. And then it will also help to block your liver from releasing sugar into your bloodstream. So that
Mm.
is how metformin is working. You will never hear somebody taking metformin and you hear that person say, I have low blood sugar levels. Yes, it is very normal. Why? Because metformin don't have direct influence on your blood sugar levels. So that is how metformin works. You take unidiamicrone. Unidiamicrone is something else. Unidiamicrone, it falls under another group, and metformin, it falls under another group. That is why you can see a diabetic, especially diabetic type 2, who have like 5 different tablets of diabetes medications. Why? Because each of them has their own function. They don't function together, but you need to take all these 5 medications if they are being prescribed to you because any of them has its own function. So that is just how it works. I don't know if
Mhm.
it is clear.
Yes. Yes, it is for me. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I see some new people coming. We must speak up TV 237. Thank you for joining. We must speak up TV. I greet you. Awe Papa, how will you if you have a diabetes? I don't know if I want to understand that question. Awe Papa, you are saying, how will you know if you have diabetes? I think that is what the person is trying to ask, but the question is not typed completely. So maybe Deacon Lafayette, maybe you can answer that question to that person.
Yes.
How do you know to have diabetes? I think that is
Uh,
what the person is trying to say.
yes. Hello, are you, Papa? For me, it was the signs. You have to listen to your body, because there were already signs before. One was the through the blood take that or blood control by the doctor. Other things were like thirst, um, that I had, tiredness, and also the thirst didn't. I was not able to quench my thirst, and also uh, to pee a lot. I had to go to pee, or I could not hold it in. So that were for me the signs, and also a lot of yeah, agitated feelings. So that were the main issues for me when I noticed. That was all before I was diagnosed with a diabetic. So
Okay. Thank you very much. So I hear Papa. I don't know how to speak that name well, but something Papa. Hope your question has been answered. If not, you can type the question again. But for him, the signs were urinating too much and thirst and tiredness, like he said. But there are also different signs. There are some people that might even have wounds that are not healing very fast. Those are still signs for diabetes. But thank God yours didn't reach that level, so we
no.
just thank God. Yeah, Mommy G, thanks very much for joining. My condolences again. I saw that you were bereaved. I'm sorry for your loss and thank you very much for your support. Okay, to move to I have something. How has it been living with diabetes? How has it been with you?
Um,
How has
it's
not it, not even how has it been with you? How has it influenced your life, your perspective? How are you looking at health now? Before you will just take health like very normal, but since you were being diagnosed with diabetes, what is your perspective now about health and wellness?
well, it's very important, the health and the wellness. And how did it affect me? Yeah, especially in the last months, it's how important it is to take good care of your body. Simple, especially with your food intake. And I know the exercises are also very important because all those together will lead to a more healthier life, and that is what we need.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if I want to live long, or then I have to be healthy. I've been in
That's
the
it.
hospital through stress and everything, but also through stress comes also you gain weight and everything. So that's not a good combination.
Of course.
So so it's important to live healthy, to be organized also in your uh, preparations for food and everything, and not to be tempted by the sweetness and the beauty of the sugar that is being presented, especially if you live in Europe. And it's important that you have discipline, that you learn to have discipline, that you develop the discipline. And yeah, with that, those things combined, and like you also gave in your previous, the exercise, the food intake, everything, it all is together.
That's
So,
it.
and that's what we need to keep maintaining. And like you say, knowledge is power. So it's important to have the knowledge, to have the wisdom, so that you can take precautions or that you can handle everything that you need
Yeah.
to handle to keep being healthy.
No, thank you very much. Apart from even the four pillars, stress, when you can manage your stress levels effectively, it helps you to for you to manage your blood sugar levels. Because when you have stress, definitely your blood sugar levels they will go up. So for you
Yes.
to manage your diabetes, one of the things that you can do is also for you to control your stress levels. Try to see that you bring your stress levels under control. It's very effective and it will help you also in managing your diabetes. I just have one question to ask you again, but before I ask the question, I don't know if you have any other thing to say. Maybe you can say it, then I get ask my one last very question, or maybe
Uh,
I ask the question, the last question, and then I'll leave you to round up because we are 1 hour already into the show.
yes.
The time goes. So maybe I just ask you my last question, and then after
Yes.
the question, you can just use it to round up the show and say any
All
other
right.
thing that you want to say. So my last question actually for you is, what is your advice? What can you advise the people that are living now or those who are watching us now? Maybe they are not yet been diagnosed with diabetes, or even people that are newly diagnosed with diabetes. What advice, if they say give them an advice, one advice that you can give to them, what can you say to these people,
It,
those people who are newly diagnosed with diabetes, or anyone who is living without diabetes? What can you advise them?
for those who are already diagnosed, self education is important about food intake and about what diabetes is, no matter what type 2 or type 1. And get the more information you can get, the better. What I've learned also today is take the the thing that you have to prick your finger with, the
The
needle.
glucometer, the
Yes,
glucometer, the blood sugar
even
meter.
even though it's hurtful, it hurts even more when you don't handle diabetic well. So that's just a small price, even if it is even a price. It's just knowledge. For the knowledge is important.
Very
Like you said,
important.
the four pillars: the diet, the self-education, the medication, and exercise is important. And for those who are not diagnosed, yeah, also the same, because knowledge is important in everything you do. Knowledge is important. That's what I've
That's
learned.
nice.
and
Mm,
that's so important, especially in this life we live, where everything is fast, where everything is easy to get. And if you
mm.
not have enough self-discipline, then you get drawn into the unhealthy things.
That's right.
And
Mm.
so that's what I can advise. And
Okay.
I, yes,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for
yes,
that powerful advice. That's a serious advice. Thank you.
yes.
I believe
Thank you.
us that we are watching, us that we are not yet diagnosed with diabetes, we will take that advice also and work on it. So thank you very much. So I don't
Yes.
know, maybe you can round up and any last word that you have to say for us. That is good.
Well, I hope that um, that people will even look more at your channel so that they can have the knowledge they need, because you've been posting regularly, so there is a lot of diversity, what is interesting, because nobody can say that it's not interesting or that
Thank,
it
thank you.
doesn't address them, because for me there are several subjects even that I didn't know of. So they have to keep watching you, and we are just thankful that uh, you take the time and the effort, because it's also a discipline to
That's
be
it.
on a regular basis to keep uh, giving out the subjects that you or give advice upon. So I'm thankful for that, and we thank God for your persistence. So
Amen.
and the willingness to help people who needs help, and also to prevent for people to get worse uh, results, so to better their results. So
Oh,
that's it. Yeah, that's to round up. I thank you all for listening. Also, I hope that I could be a little bit of help or encouragement, and I hope that I will pray that in a few months that I will be invited again, and that I can show my progress
for
and
sure.
have more knowledge, and that they will say that my age, that I look younger than the previous interview I had.
Amen. Amen, amen.
Thank you,
No,
thank
that
you. Thank
we are definitely
No,
going to do it. We are definitely going to do it. After maybe 3 to 2 weeks, we are going to
yes,
invite you back, and then you
yes, yes,
come,
yes,
you tell us about the progress, how you have been
yes,
progressing. So you show us the proof that you have been working. And
yes,
yes, you're gonna
yes,
come back definitely.
yes,
You're gonna
yes,
come
yes.
back.
But thank you
Yes.
for the enlightenment.
Thank you very
Also,
much.
also through the people from the chat, and also especially it's it it's a few of those enlightenments, and especially it's so important, it's so important, and we tend to forget that. And it's easy nowadays to go and watch YouTube. You can do it during the car or in your car, whether you're on the bus or whatever. So that knowledge is so important, uh, the food intake and the exercise. So I will work on that for sure. Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. And I believe that when you work on it, you're gonna see positive changes also
Yes.
by this
Amen.
grace.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Deacon Lafayette. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Massive
Yes.
fellas, thank you very much for the show. We really appreciate and wish you all the best.
The same for you, Masi. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. So maybe you can sign out if you don't mind. Let me
Yes.
see. Yes, you can sign out. Thank you very much, Deacon
Thank you,
Lafayette. Hope to see
Deaconess
you
Mirabel.
again. Yes.
Yes. Thank you
Bye.
for your time. Thank you.
Yes, bye. Yes, so yes, we are here. He is gone. Our guest is gone. I believe we have learned so much from his experience. He is a diabetic type 2 patient, so he has been living with diabetes, just like he said, since 2021. But it's just of recent that he started taking his diabetes very serious. And I believe in our community, that is a problem that most of us we have in our community. Why? Because people, like he said also, he made mention of it that there are signs to show that you have diabetes, but it's just that people keep denying these signs. People keep refusing to accept that they have diabetes. But before your diabetes actually comes to the physical, know that it is something that has been manifesting internally in you. For him, he was urinating. He had so much tests, like excessive tests. But then he didn't take these signs to be something serious. Even after his consultation, he still refused to take it serious. And that is the problem that you will see people will have amputations, people will have problems with their livers, people will have problems with their hearts. Why? Because most people are living in denial. Most people don't want to accept the fact that they have diabetes. Some people, maybe they feel that if they have diabetes, or if people know that they have diabetes, people will laugh at them, or maybe they are just shy, or they are ashamed of themselves. They don't know how the community will look at them. That is why some people, they live in denial until they start developing complications of diabetes. But from this show today, if there is one thing that we can all learn, or if there is one thing that we can all take back home, is that there are signs. These signs, they are always there. So make sure to know yourself. Make sure to know your body. If you start experiencing certain signs that you know before you were not experiencing these signs, please make sure to contact your physicians and do blood tests. Ask them to do blood tests, especially if you are that person that has a history of diabetes in your family. Make sure to consult with your doctor so that you can do blood tests. And even if you go to your doctors tell you that you have diabetes. I know it is very important, or it is traumatizing for you to get a diagnosis that you have diabetes, but then it is already there. You cannot keep living in denial. The best thing for you to do is for you to accept it, and then you learn how to live with it. Because if you cannot accept it, it will also be very difficult for you to manage your diabetes. So if there is one thing that we all can take back home, is for us to listen to our bodies and notice any strange signs. If you are discovering any sign that these signs were not there from the beginning, and if it has to do with anything connecting to diabetes, I have given almost every time when I talk on this platform, I will give us signs to show that these can be silent signs that you may be having diabetes. So if you are facing any of these signs, please go and check your physician. Don't wait until it is too late before you go consult your doctors. If you're waiting until it is too late, you might just lose a part of your body, and which is not good. I believe that is not something that you want to wish for yourself. But what is it? If you are easily dictated that you have diabetes, it can be managed. Like one of you said, I think it's Mercy. She said what she likes about diabetes is that diabetes is manageable, and that is a fact of itself. Diabetes is very manageable if you have that knowledge. If you know that you have diabetes and you accept it that you have diabetes, and with the knowledge that you have about diabetes, if you put everything together, I tell you, within months, you will be able to reverse your diabetes. It is very possible. I am saying it because I have seen it. I have seen people who were being put on insulin, but within a couple of months, everything was taken away from them. Why? Because these people were disciplined. They knew that they have diabetes. They accepted it. They educated themselves. They went and studied diabetes, knew about the four pillars of diabetes, and put everything together for them to combat their diabetes. So you can do it. If you are living with diabetes, you can do it. You can reverse it back. It is possible. Not that because you are with insulin today, you have to live with insulin for the rest of your life. No, you are not a type 1 diabetes. You can easily reverse it and live even just one tablet. It is very possible. There are some people that they don't even need medication. I think one person also made mention of it here, that she is not on drugs, she is not on insulin. It is possible. Why? Because they know themselves, they manage their diabetes They know what to do when the need arises. So self-education, it is very important. And one thing people also forget to know is that diabetes is very dangerous. They think that because they don't say diabetes, diabetes is actually more serious than what we think about diabetes. To be honest, diabetes is very serious. And what makes it very serious? What makes diabetes very serious is that before diabetes manifests itself outside, it means that diabetes has eaten you right inside. It can not only destroy you physically, what we are seeing outside, but it can destroy your internal organs. It can destroy your liver. It can destroy your kidneys. It can destroy your heart. It can destroy your eyes. So you see that diabetes is going all over your skin, even your nails. That is why you see people with diabetes constantly having heart attack, constantly having stroke. Why? Because their blood sugar levels are not managed. If you can manage your diabetes, and which all starts with you accepting it that you have diabetes, and then know that everything is possible. Don't live in denial. Once you have been diagnosed with diabetes, I know we say, I have faith because I have faith, I will not accept it. No, instead, reverse it. Take this, your faith, and add it to, yes, I have diabetes. But with the faith that I have in me, I know that when I take these particular medications, my diabetes will be reversed. Not that you say, I have faith, and then you say, the doctor said I have diabetes. I'm not going to believe that one. Um, I am a Christian also. I know what you want or what you're trying to say, but it will not work. Remember, in life, we all we have our positions in life. The pastor, they have their own position. And what is their position? They are there to feed us spiritually, to nourish our souls spiritually. Just like the medical doctors are there to feed us with the medication so that we can get help. So if the doctor said that you have diabetes because you are a believer, you don't have to neglect to hear that you have diabetes and just say, I have faith with this diabetes. Yes, have that faith and then add it also to the treatment that the doctor will give you. It is only then that you will start seeing positive results, if that makes sense to us. So, if that makes sense to us, that is very important for us. Let us join our faith with our treatment, and then we can even see more better and faster results. And like our brother said, it is not only sugar. Sugar is not just the problem. When you have diabetes, it is not only about sugar, because when growing up, we were being taught that don't eat sugar because if you eat sugar, you will have diabetes. But it is not only about that sugar. And even this sugar will not cause you the diabetes directly. No, sugar, it can just help to make you to gain weight, which is a factor that can contribute to you having diabetes. But sugar itself, it will not make you to have diabetes. So diabetes is, the focus is not actually sugar. Yes, it is good for you to cut down your sugar intake, but there are other things that you have to take care of. So, for instance, your stress level. If you are being stressed up every time you constantly you are stressed, you are this, those are potential factors that can make you to have diabetes. Why? Because if you constantly have stress, which is going to cause you to have high blood sugar levels, if you continuously have this stress, at the end of the day, you might develop diabetes. Why? Because you will keep uh, making your blood sugar levels to be going up and up and up until at a certain point your pancreas or your insulin will not be able again to fit or to stand to bring down your blood sugar levels, which will automatically bring you to diabetes. So it is not only about sugar, but there are other factors also. Your weight, like he said, for him, it is not genetics. Remember, we said another thing that can cause us to have diabetes is from a family history. If you come from a family background that your father, your mother, your grandmother, or what, they have diabetes, you are also liable to have diabetes. But for him, I think maybe in his family, he is like the first person to have diabetes. Why? For him was not because of genetics, but his lifestyle. So unhealthy, habits, unhealthy eating habits, they can also put you to a state where you can develop diabetes. And your weight also make sure to put your weight under control, because when you have weight can cause you to be insulin resistant. Since I don't take sugar, I take black coffee. Thank you very much, big girls girl. She don't take sugar, she take black coffee. So she drinks her coffee black without sugar. And that is very good. And that is something that many of us have to emulate. We learn to drink tea. Some of us, we just have the habit, anything we want to drink, pop sugar. We want to drink tea, pop sugar. You want to drink coffee, pop sugar. If you want to drink something, if it is not Fanta or cola, you will not drink. Avoid all these processed foods. They are not healthy. Try to do what Big Girls Gang is doing. She drinks coffee but without sugar, which is very good. Which is very good. She drinks, maybe she can even drink her tea. If she can drink a coffee which is bitter without sugar, it means she can also drink tea without sugar. So there are some things that you can actually drink or eat them without sugar. It is not everything that you have to eat or that you have to put sugar inside. Avoid them. There are always healthy substitutes for anything that we want to eat out there. So anything that you want to eat, even for people that really like to eat chocolate, if you want to eat chocolate, there are pure chocolate. You go in for the pure chocolate, that is the black chocolate. Most people don't like it. Why? Because they say it is not sweet. But that is the healthiest chocolate. If you really want to eat chocolate and you cannot avoid chocolate, those are the type of chocolates that you can eat. Your lecture about April helped me a lot. Wow, big girls, gang, thank you very much. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy. Yeah, April is really nice, and it's really good, and it is really healthy, especially for people who want to lose weight or for diabetic. That is the best. I cannot emphasize much on that yogurt. That is my favorite yogurt. I don't eat before. I was like maybe Greek yogurt, but if you compare the Greek yogurt and the apple, you will see the big difference is there, and it is very clear. You will see that it is very clear. And when you eat the apple yogurt, it has that satisfying feeling that you will not even want to go and eat something again. It is really satisfying. Yes, it is really satisfying. So I'm happy you try it and it's helping you. So just keep it up, big girls, girl. And there are so many other good products out there. It's just that we are so used to what we know, and we are so afraid to try new things. And that is a big problem. Let's learn to try new things. If you are a diabetic and you are doing something and you see that the thing is not working for you, leave it. Try another alternative. Maybe that alternative will be something that is perfect for you. No more fatty stomach. Amen. No more fatty stomach. Big girls, guys, especially for this summer. No more fatty stomach. Thank you very much. Yes, so no more insulin resistance. Nothing. Because when you have this fatty stomach, that is where insulin resistance will take over. So no more fatty stomach. It means no more insulin resistance. So the insulin, they have to function like they have been made to function. Thank you very much, big girls. Yeah. So yes, that was just it for this show. I said I should bring in my deacon. That is my deacon. He is a deacon. He is a minister of God. So I said maybe he come and then he can talk to us, he share us his experience so that we can all learn from his experience. And I want to believe we all have learned something from his experiences. So once in a while, I will be bringing guests like I have promised. If you are watching me and you are a diabetic, or you know someone that is having diabetes and that person will want to partake on my shows, I'm very open and I would really like to have that person to come to my show, because when we talk out of experience, people take diabetes more serious. Some people, they even think to see somebody like him with diabetes, people will even look at that, oh, it's very strange that somebody looking so healthy and so young like him can have diabetes. But when people like him, they come to the show and tell us that they have diabetes, and then it is time for us also to start thinking about ourselves that If he can have diabetes, it means I have to take care of myself and know that diabetes can also come to me. So if you are there, you have diabetes, or you know any person that is having diabetes, and the person will want to come to my show and share their experiences, I will be very grateful. Please drop me a comment on my channel, and then I can contact you so that we make arrangement on how we can do a show together. Since I started that iPro, I have wear my leggings with any second, without any second. Wow, that's nice. Big girls gang. Keep it up. Keep going, girl. You're gonna do it well. Keep going. Mercy say, good night, Sis Mira, family calls. It was a wonderful show. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mercy, for the support. Thank you very much for being there, for always representing. Thank you very much, Sis. Thank you all very much for those who made it today to the show. Since 2006, that was a long time ago. It means you know how, 16, even still, it's a long time ago. So you know what to do with diabetes any moment anything happen, maybe when they should wake you up from sleep, you can know what to do and what not to do. But that is a long time. And if now you can manage it without insulin and without drugs, it means you have really been consistent in whatever thing that you are doing. So just keep it up, big girls gang. Yes, it's possible. This big girls gang, she is a diabetic also, and she was diagnosed since 2016, but she is living without diabetes medication, without, which she's not taking oral medication, and she is also not on insulin. So we see that it is possible for us to have diabetes and live without medication. But everything is all about management. If you can manage it well, and then you can be medication free. So big girls can keep it up and keep doing what you are doing. From what you are saying, it means you are really consistent and you have your diabetes under control. And I really appreciate God for that. Thank God that you have it very much. So I really want to appreciate each and every one of you for making it to this show today. If there are no questions, and then I think we will end the show of today. Thank you all very much. Remember, when you have questions, you can always drop your question. Is smoking also connected to have diabetes? uh Awe Papa. I hope I'm even pronouncing your name well, because it's like Aye Papa. Normally, smoking is something that is really, when we talk about smoking, almost every illness, when you look it, there is a link to smoking there. So when it comes to diabetes, yes, smoking can also be connected to diabetes. Why? Because smoking, it has this stuff, it has a stuff, the chemicals that are found in cigarettes, they are not good for your blood vessels. Why? Because they can affect your blood vessels and destroy your blood vessels. If your blood vessels are destroyed, it means that your blood flow will be slow, which is not good for diabetes patients. So of course, smoking can affect people who have diabetes, and that is why when we are talking about diabetes management, and if you are a smoker, we advise you to stop smoking, because it has a negative impact on your health, especially when it comes to things like heart attack, when it comes to things like stroke. They have to do more with smoking, because it has bad influence or bad effect on your blood vessels. So yes, smoking is connected to diabetes, and on a negative part, Are Papa. So if you are smoking and you are a diabetic, please look for ways to stop smoking, or try to contact your doctor, because smoking is not good when it comes to diabetes management. So hope your question has been answered. It destroys your blood vessels, which will make blood flow very difficult, especially for people who have diabetes. And if you are even having the nerves problem, then it will even make it more worse. So if you are smoking and you are a diabetic, please try to look for ways to stop smoking. Stop smoking by all possible means. I think that is the best advice I can give to you, to stop smoking, because it is actually not good. If you want to look almost all the most dangerous thing or illnesses that are out there. If you talk about cancer, you want to do your research, you will see that the hands of smoking are there. If you want to talk about diabetes, if you do research, you will see that the hands of smoking, they are there. If you want to talk about heart attack, if you want to talk about stroke, if you want to look, you will see that smoking has something to do with it. If you want to talk about high blood pressure, you go and do your research, you will see that smoking has something also to do with it. So smoking in itself is very dangerous, and that is even why when you go for those who are smoking, even the packet of the cigarettes, it is boldly written there that smoking is dangerous for your health. I don't know for those who are smoking, have you ever noticed it? It is boldly written on the packet of the cigarette that smoking is dangerous to your health. But still, even with the warning, people they still go ahead to buy this cigarette. So that is just all I can say to you. Aye, Papa. You yes, you have answered. Thanks. Okay, my pleasure. Thank you very much for joining. This is my first time seeing you. Yeah, Aye, Papa. Thank you very much for joining. Uh-huh. Uh, big guys with HIV and like HIV. HIV, but HIV for the management, then maybe you go slow the management, or if you get effect for interact with the medications. But HIV, it is not caused by smoking, definitely not. But it has maybe it can in smoking can interact with the medication, but HIV, we all know it is something that is caused by blood. So no. Okay, yeah, so that is just it for this show. Like I said, if you are new on the channel, if this is your first time watching me, we are Diabetes Mindful Talk, and our aim is to create diabetes awareness in our community. We share information about diabetes, we talk about how you can manage your blood sugar levels, and also we bring guests into the show so that they can educate us, they can share their experiences with us, that we can also learn from. If they know smoking is deadly, why are they? Yes, you know, that is a good question you are asking, Aye Papa. If they know that smoking is deadly, why are they producing it? That is a very good question. And I will use that particular question to ask you another question. You know that that they are producing. Why are they producing it? They know that it is very dangerous, but still, every day in the market, they are still producing because it has just one function, and the function is to, but still, they are producing it. Why? Because you are a human being, and as a human, you have your senses. You have to differentiate between good and bad. You know what is good and you know what is bad. Those people, they are producing it because they are out to make their money. You understand? They are out to make their money. That is their business. But for you who is wise, for you who is consuming it, you have to know that this thing is not good for me, and then you avoid using it. So they, for them, everything to them is about their money. They don't care about your health. They are not doing it for to keep you healthy or to do no. Theirs is for their money. So if you are not wise and then you keep giving them the money, you are incurring sickness to yourself, not to them. So you have the mind, you have the, how can I put it? You have the, you have to choose. Yes, you have to choose what you want to do with your life, and that is why they have created it. They have created it. But you, as somebody who needs to have good health, you have to stay away from it. From it, you have to know that this thing is not good for my health, and then you abstain from it. That is very normal. In everything, there are duplicates. That is like you have our gods, we have the Satan, we have a man, we have woman. We have everything. There is a duplicate, but it's for you to use your senses, for you to use your understanding, and make sure to make the right choices. Everybody is free to choose whatever they want to choose. But then, if you are choosing, make sure to choose the things that will add a positive impact to your life. So, I, Papa, that is just those people. they are creating cigarettes. It is not because they want to see you healthy or they want to see you sick. No, they are creating it because they are out to make their money. But it is for you as a person, for you who say you want to live a healthy life, to abstain from that cigarette. So that is just the best answer I can give to you. Amen, Papa. It's written on the packet. Yes, it is written on the packet. It is written on the packet, big girls gun. If you see it, they write it boldly there. Cigarettes is deadly. They will say, don't consume it, but still, people will, and it's so expensive. If you see how much people spend on cigarette, something that will kill you, they will still use their money to go and buy it. He said the producers are making mistake. If we don't see cigarettes in the market, we don't buy. I think instead, we are buying it, we are the one promoting them. Because if they make it and we don't buy it, I believe that they will stop producing them. So it is actually our fault, not their fault. Remember, I said for them, their goal is to make their money. So they don't care whether you are is affecting your health or is giving you good health or is making you to sick. That is not your problem. So it is for us as individuals that when they are producing this cigarette, if we stop buying these cigarettes because we know that cigarette is dangerous or we know that cigarettes are dangerous to our health, if we stop buying them, they will stop producing them. Why? Because yes, their productivity is higher than the demand. So they will definitely stop producing it. So it is for us. It is you that is buying it. Aye, Papa, you that is buying it. So long as you keep buying it, you are telling me that keep producing it. But when you stop buying it, they will stop producing it also. So that is how it works. Remember, for them, it's their money they are looking. So they will keep producing it so long as they see people buying it. So you have to stop buying it so that they will see that they are producing, but people are not coming to buy again. That is when their business will fall. It is just like for somebody who opens a shop. If you open your shop and you stock your shop with so much goods, that you open your shop. Why? Because you want to make money, you want to make profit, and then you went ahead and bought all these things, beautiful things, whatever things, but then you have stopped your shop and you realize that there are no customers coming into your shop to buy those goods that you have stocked there. Won't you close that shop? Of course, that shop will definitely go into fire, and then within a twinkle of an eye, you will close that shop. Why? Because you have spent your money to stock everything, and you are even paying electricity bills. You are paying the rent of that place, but then people are not putting money into that your business, so you are forced to close that shop. That is the same thing with cigarette business. Aye, Papa. So the producers are making mistake. It is not the producers that are making mistake. It is us who are consuming it that are making mistakes. So we should stop consuming it. The moment we stop consuming it, we will see that cigarette business will also fall. They should stop producing it. I understand you very much, Aye Papa. They should stop producing it. For sure, if they stop producing it, then people cannot buy it. But so long as they are still producing it, what you can do to yourself is that stop promoting their business. When you stop promoting their business, they will fall stop. And very soon cigarettes will not be on sales again. So that is just it. Thank you very much for your contribution. Hi, Papa. Thanks for joining. I think this is my first time seeing you on the show. I hope you have subscribed to the channel. And when they stop producing it, we stop to buy. Okay, no problem. It means we have to wait for years. It means we really have to wait for long because for them to really stop the production, it will really take a lot of time. So we also have to wait for long. But that notwithstanding, thank you very much for your contribution and hope to see you again another day. It was nice having you on the show today. Thank you very much for your contribution. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel. Thank you all very much for those who participated in the show of today. I really appreciate you all and hopefully we meet again next week, Saturday, for another live show. Thank you all very much. I see you next time. See you. Bye. You see. They are killing the smoker. They are killing the smoker. The smoker should stop smoking. That is the message. Smokers, stop smoking. You see, I told you that they are looking for their money and they are even warning you that you should stop smoking because it is not good for yourself. So it is you that is smoking. You are just being stubborn to yourself by not listening to the producers because the producers have warned you that you should stop smoking because smoking is not good for your health. Is remember, it is not even only about your health, but it's consuming your finance also. So you see, in both ways, smoking is actually not good for you. So that was it. Thank you all very much for joining. It was a wonderful show. I wish to see you all again next week, Saturday, for another live stream. Have a wonderful evening and God bless you all richly and abundantly. Bye. Bye.